Unfortunately, I have some bad news, everyone, and it's not just the severe weather for today, which has ramped up even more. That's why I'm making this video. National Weather Service is expecting not only EF2s, but EF3 or stronger tornadoes and long track tornadoes. This is going to go overnight also for tomorrow, bringing chances for damage and winds and more tornadoes. So I will go through that with you as well, but I also want to update you on what's coming around the corner, because now we're in a lot of an agreement with the Euro and the GFS. We don't have an Arctic blast. We have a polar vortex coming down to Texas. If you remember a couple of years ago when I warned you about that big freeze that was coming, we had the same scenario that's going to shoot south and it's going to shoot to the southeast. And this is going to last for a week or more, bringing your temperatures about 40 to 50, even up to 60 degrees below average of what you're used to. This is going to be very bad. The wind chill is going to be even worse. And even your highs is going to be sub-zero temperatures. This is going to be a bad one. Now, it is bringing a lot of heavy snow on the first storm. Potentially some southern snow after that. It's a little too far to say that with confidence, but it is saying it on the first one that is within 7 to 10 days that's coming as well. And you need to be aware, everyone, this cold temperature is coming down. If you lose power or something bad like that happens with these temperatures, it will be dangerous. So I'm going to go through what you do have. That way you know what to expect. We'll go through the severe weather first, since that is immediate danger for today. Then I'm going to go through the rest of the video and let you know exactly what else is coming. Remember, timestamps are down below. Please share this video. Let other people see this information. After the severe weather event, which is awful all in itself, we have another big thing that is coming around the 5th through the 8th of January. Now, as we go through these storms and see exactly what the timing is and what are the models suggesting that could happen as the evening comes across. Remember, this time up here is going to be Central Time. That way you can see it. Let me change colors so you can see a little bit better. So you can see as you come through the morning, you see it starts bursting up immediately. A little northern in Louisiana, northern for Texas as well. But it gets a little worse once you get around 11 and 12 o'clock. This is where you start getting a little more of linear storms pushing through, bringing you a big threat for chances for tornadoes getting pushed on the eastern side. And you're still getting that second group of storms coming through as well. Now, this is bringing a chance for a tornado outbreak, and that is the words from National Weather Service. Your chance for EF2 or stronger tornadoes in all of this white section right here, going from far eastern Texas into Louisiana, into Mississippi, even into western Alabama. Now, you see it really kicks in once you get around 2 or 3 o'clock. Then you get some strong storms pushing through, bringing a lot of hail. This is going to be a QLCS, a quasi-linear convective system. And the whole system, just like I showed you on yesterday's video, is a big MCS, a mesoscale convective system. The whole thing is revolving around together while it brings all of this. And it's going to shoot towards the East Coast with some damage and winds and chances for severe weather for tomorrow as well. Now look at this. Once you go through the afternoon, look how it builds up as it goes through Louisiana. There's going to be some damage and winds on the northern side as it goes through Arkansas, Tennessee, and Kentucky. But on the southern side, this is where you're really going to get the damage and winds and the chances for these long track tornadoes and EF3 or greater. So this is going to be a very serious event. You need to watch out for these cells that is going right in front of this linear line of storms right here. This is where you can get your chances for your tornadoes. Also in that line, you could get an embedded cell. But look how it just grows as you go through the evening. Stays all across Louisiana, all the way till 6, even 7 o'clock. Then it starts going towards Mississippi, through Alabama as you're going through 10, 11 o'clock. Still rolling through. And look how far north this is going. There's a lot of winds aloft. That's keeping your convection, keeping this group of storms moving through the evening, and that is bringing you damage and winds through that as well, all the way till later tonight. Then you still have not only this group of storms moving to the east, you have these cells moving through with this linear storm, this QLCS right here with these little discrete cells moving in front of them as you go through for tomorrow. Bring your damage and wind event. Could be QLCS tornadoes. You cannot rule out. But you can also see it starts bringing these up again as you go through for tomorrow morning. So as you go through for tomorrow, the models are hinting that it will start getting some more cells popping up in front of this linear system right here. You got the little discrete cells that's popping up, and that's what you need to be aware for as you get chances for tornadoes for tomorrow as well. And showing as you go by for tomorrow morning, look at this. You got damaging winds still bowing out all through Georgia, northern Florida, all the way to the Carolinas, and showing your chances for your tornadoes will be across northern Florida as well as you go through for tomorrow. I will update you again for tomorrow morning. This is going to move around a little bit. It already changed from what it said yesterday. But you can also see this group of storms bringing the damage and winds is going towards Ohio Valley as you go overnight into tomorrow morning. And that is going to move towards the mid-Atlantic for tomorrow evening, and then weaken down as it goes towards the northeast. So here, who has a threat for the severe weather for today? For your chances for tornadoes, here's your cities and states at risk. You have the 2%, the 5%, the 10%, and the significant severe, at least EF2 or EF3 or greater, will be right in between that 10% and that 15%. This is going to be a very hostile area for tornadoes all evening long, everyone. Plus, you have the wind threat. This is going to bring the damaging winds, even significant severe, hurricane force at least 74 miles per hour or greater in this black hatched area. So here's your cities and states at risk for the damaging wind threat for today. And you do have the hail threat. It's a little bit milder, but it's still bringing a hail threat. So be aware of the hail that is coming with these storms. Here's your cities and states at risk for the hail threat for today. Now, National Weather Service has it as a tornado outbreak is likely this afternoon and evening across the lower Mississippi Valley and central Gulf Coast states. An outbreak of severe storms with tornadoes, wind damage, and large hail is expected today from parts of the southern plains eastward into the lower Mississippi Valley and central Gulf Coast states. Several long track strong tornadoes are expected. And also showing it's not just one, there's several possible EF3 or stronger long track tornadoes for today. Now tomorrow this is going to spread towards the east, and you can see what your chances for tornadoes. The whole area has at least a 2% where you cannot rule out a chance for a tornado, but its strongest is right in front of that QLCS, the 5%. So here's your cities and states at risk for the tornado threat for tomorrow. The 5% is the greatest risk. So wherever you get your weather coverage, make sure you are aware of all these storms going on for tonight. And you can see what your winds aloft, your lower level winds, that it does start strengthening up as you go through the evening, going to 8 o'clock now. So not only the chances for your tornadoes, even strong tornadoes, the northern side is going to start seeing damaging winds as you go through the evening, and it builds up as you go through midnight. As you go through the overnight hours, you're going to have strong storms pushing through, bringing damaging winds all the way to the early morning hours, all the way towards the northeast. While it's in the south for tomorrow, you got chances for damaging winds going all the way to the north. I'm sure the intensity will change, but so far it's bringing 50, 60, even some pockets of 70 miles per hour wind gusts. But you can see how it pushes to the east as you go through for today, bringing the 40, the 50, and the orange. You get pockets of 60 and 70 in that red and a little bit of that brown. But look how it carries over the whole eastern side of the lower 48, bringing you threat for 40 to 50 miles per hour wind gusts or greater with these storms. Now let's talk about what's coming, because this polar vortex is not going to be anything to play with, especially if you lose power. It is going to be a very dangerous event. You can see with the Euro, your Arctic oscillation, this cold blast is coming in very strong, all the way down to a -2, maybe even more, but showing it is going all the way to the 10th. And then we're going to have a milder event happening from the 10th through the 15th, still showing that it's going to retract back as it goes towards the end of January, going into February. You can see this with GFS as well. It's starting to agree with the Euro now. Instead of a long duration event all the way into February, it is going to retract back. We are going to have a little bit milder event as we go from the 10th through the 15th, but then it's going to still retract back as we go towards January into February with above average warmer temperatures kicking in, but we still have this big blast coming through that we need to watch for. Plus, you can see the latest update with Climate Prediction Center as you go from the 2nd through to the 6th of January. Much below average temperatures are pushing through, and it's going to be there all the way to the 10th and maybe a little bit longer. Now, these won't be anything that you throw a stick at. This is going to be intense. Look at the first one that comes through. Starts bringing us anywhere from that 5 to that 10, maybe even all the way up to 15 degrees. below average temperatures. But once we get that big blast coming through after the 5th, this is going to be cold as it is. But then the polar vortex comes on through. Look at this. This is bringing anywhere from 40 to 50, even up to 60 degrees below average as it punches towards south, towards Texas, as you go towards the 5th through the 8th. And still showing it could come even further all the way to northern Mexico. And it's not over. Look, it spreads towards the southeast, bringing serious blasts, serious cold temperatures all through the lower 48. Usually you get a little area of this. For this to cover this much of the country, this is crazy. Also showing that we could get a bad snowstorm to the north. This is going right at 10 days at this marker. So anywhere from 7 to 10 days, we could get a bad storm, not only bringing feet of snow still to the northwest. This is bringing heavy snowfall across the upper Midwest, north central, across the Great Lakes, and the Northeast. And on the southern side, it's going to bring a potential big ice storm as it brings this dangerous blast into the U.S. So far showing it could go further to the south as well as we get that deeper trough. I will keep you updated. That's too far to be talking about that snowfall. But the next 7 to 10 days, definitely have a strong storm coming. And when you go by the chance for the freezing rain, not only for that southern push, but look at the one that's coming from the 7 to 10 days. Bring heavy snow on the northern side, extreme temperatures, and bring a potential freezing rain ice storm with the system. So literally as we go 7 days, as we go from January 4th and on, this is where we're going to get very cold temperatures moving through, but we're going to get a system growing up in the Central Plains according to this model run by the Euro, bringing not only rainfall and some severe weather on the south, bringing freezing rain, a potential ice storm, and a heavy snowstorm on the northern side. As you go through Sunday on the 5th, carrying across Ohio Valley to Great Lakes, also bringing you the severe threat on the southern side, and keeps going through. Freezing rain and heavy snow coming with that. Maybe more later, but that's still further down the road. But you see there is chance for southern after that. This is going to be an intense transition. Now it gets worse, but just to bring you a peek of what we are looking at for temperatures. On the 9th, as we're getting this big snowstorm, the cold air behind that, look at this. This is your morning temperatures. This is punching all the way down towards Texas, towards Mexico. You're going to feel like you're in 10-degree temperatures while you're in sub-zero temperatures for everyone else. Look at the wind chills that is coming with this system. This is nothing to play at. You got negative 40 all up to negative 50-degree wind chills moving through, even over here for Illinois, and negative wind chills moving through the south. But it's not over. Look at this. This is your highs. So as you get any kind of daytime heating, you're going to be frozen in the south up to single digits possibly, and you're going to be in sub-zero temperatures for the Ohio Valley, the Great Lakes, the upper Midwest, and north central. Just a very cold anomaly. And for wind chills, this is the highs you can expect. Anywhere from 40 to negative 50-degree wind chills moving through, and maybe sub-zero wind chills going towards the south. And here it comes again for the next day, for Friday, bringing in those freezing temperatures, the sub-zero temperatures, and the wind chills are ridiculous again. This is going to be multi-days on this. This is your highs. This is going to be your highs for Friday on the 10th. Once again, sub-zero temperatures and freezing temperatures, and with the wind chills, it's just ridiculous. Please prepare for this. This is going to be bad. This is not just an Arctic blast. This is going to be a polar vortex coming down. And on Saturday, coming down again, this is going to be multiple days of very cold temperatures, ridiculous wind chills, and just keeping everyone in sub-zero temperatures or wind chills. Please prepare for this. This is going to be an extreme event, not to mention the ice storm, the heavy snowfall coming. This is going to be a bad event, everyone. Thank you for your time, everybody. Please let your neighbors know, warn your family, anyone that you could think of, even your enemies. Let everyone know that you could think of about what's coming, not just the big storm with the ice and the severe weather and the snow. This blast of these temperatures is going to be dangerous, and I dare say the word deadly. Please don't take this lightly. This is going to be a very serious event. If you ever supported my channel before, please share this information. I don't even care if you don't share this video. Word to mouth. Let people know what is coming. This is going to be bad. Now, before I go, it is Sabbath. I wish the best for every single one of y'all. I want to say a prayer for protection. Before I go, real quick, Psalm 91. 1 through 11. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. Amen. God bless you all. Keep all of you safe. It's going to be a very dangerous day today. What is coming behind this next storm system, okay, will bring severe weather as well, is looking even more dangerous. Those temperatures are nothing to play with, especially in the south, everyone. Remember, all glory does go to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And I always hope He keeps you safe every single day of your life and everyone that is around you. And forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Have a great day, everyone. I'm sorry for the bad news.